Here we are, another episode of Mr. Big Mouth. Today I have a business owner. That's right. They exist. They're out there. Small business owners. I love them. I'm one of them. Big supporter of them. And his name is Billy. Billy, say hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Tell everybody what you do.
So I own and operate Bossa Massages Wellness. I am a massage therapist as well. And we offer whole sorts of different amenities when it comes to wellness. So sauna, red light therapy, massage, facials, waxing, body sculpting, cryo, all that.
All that. So how does one get into the massage business? Where was the spark of genius?
Spark of genius? Well, I have to say it was just having, a fascination for helping people feel better. Always going into, what different modalities people can do. And I think that feeling like I can help somebody live a better life is definitely something that I have a passion about.
It's nice. Somebody comes in, they're feeling down, they walk out, they're feeling up, right? It's simple
That's what
as
we
that,
hope.
right? That's what I do here. People come in, they're like, and they go, and we're going to be selfish about it. That's what makes us happy,
Absolutely.
right? That's what we
Being
get out of it.
selfish, absolutely.
The money's okay, but it's got to be more than money when you do certain things, right? You got to go home, feel good about yourself, and
Absolutely.
you literally make people feel good.
I do. And I try to, yeah, absolutely.
So before we were talking, before the show started, I work in, I have a social media agency. I work with a lot of med spas, do a lot of, aesthetics and wellness type of stuff. And it is an amazingly expansive industry.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Amazingly. And now, you always had the Botox and the fillers, and now you have massages and wellness and the cryo and the body sculpting. What kind of customers come in? Does it stretch across all demographics? You know what I'm saying? Or is there a certain type of person that kind of comes in and wants to, or does it matter?
The great thing about what we're doing at Bossa Massages Wellness is we can cater to anybody from the ages of 16 all the way up to the ages of 80 and beyond. When we look at, our younger generation, the fact that we have facials and different kinds of facials, acne prone, we can help with that kind of stuff. But you also have the sports mentality. You also have a lot of kids that are in sports, and we can help with the stretching portion of that. We also work with a lot of athletes who, go to the gym a lot, and we help, with stretching sessions and all that. On more of the aesthetic side, people want to come in, they want to feel good, they want to look good. So we do a lot of body sculpting, a lot of facials, and then you get your average Joe that just wants to come in, have an hour or 90-minute a piece, and they just want a nice Swedish massage.
How is it a local massage wellness business competing with some of these bigger franchises? What is that day-to-day like? What are the big competitions here?
So, there are always big competitions, but I am a firm believer in it's all about you as a person. We do not treat our clients as cattle.
Yeah, no.
It's not always just a one and done kind
Sure.
of thing. We always follow up the following day with our clients to see how they feel. They spend a lot of time before and after talking to us and talking to the staff there. It's not just myself. I have T, who's here with me today.
Hi, T.
We also have another massage therapist, Paul, our esthetician, Heather, our events coordinator, Linda. So there's a whole slew of people that even if I have to step away and take my next client, the clients still feel like they can stay and chat with, the staff there.
So staying on that with, kind of competing with these bigger dogs out there that got limitless amounts of money
Absolutely.
and so forth. Okay. What have you found for any business owners that are, thinking about opening a business, any business, or, starting to open business? How do you maneuver, marketing wise? How do you get the word out? Is it just purely referrals? Obviously, they're sitting here at Mr. Big Mouth Podcast. That's one way of doing it. But outside of doing the podcast, the day to day, because like I said, I do marketing, Facebook ads. You do any of that stuff? Do you?
So in the beginning, it's when you're dealing with a lot of these bigger corporations and a lot of these franchises, it is hard to determine how you're going to make it big. I knew very early on that when I was going the massage therapy route, I never wanted to work for a company. I always wanted to work for myself. Any massage therapist out there knows that we put our bodies through a lot of tedious work, and it's a lot on our bodies to always, be on our feet. And I value that. I value that in my therapists who work with me. I value that in myself. So, I never stop. I will constantly, get people to refer me all day long. I'm always looking at the next best thing, and I think that's what makes us stand out from these big corporations, because we're always staying up with the new innovative ways to help people feel better.
Absolutely. There is that family feeling compared to that. You're not a clone. You're not, like you said, you're not a number. You're not like cattle.
You're
like you
not
said.
a number at Bossa Massages and Wellness. You are definitely part of a family.
That's great. So let's get into some of the red meat stuff. I know
Okay.
a lot, because I told you some people you were coming on, and a lot of the same question came from everybody I told this. They're like, ask them about like crazy stories that have happened in the massage parlor. I'm sure you see a ton of stuff.
Listen.
People request and so forth. And I'm not even talking about like the real dirty stuff. I'm talking about like something out of the box, like, whoa, okay, I've never seen that before. Anything ever catch you?
It's funny because when I had first said to my husband and my mom that I wanted to be a massage therapist, my mother's first thought was, you don't like feet. How are you going to do that? So, it's one of those things.
I'm not going to offer foot massages.
But it's part of that. So you do get sometimes, let me stop by saying that you never know what somebody is going through. So
Sure.
if you cut out the other stuff, the really dirty stuff that people think really happens in these, in our places. I like to look at everybody like we don't know what goes on at home. We don't know what they're going through or suffering from. So if you have somebody who, maybe on the less cleaner side, as we'll say,
there you go.
Politically correct. I always like to, I won't necessarily go for those areas. I'll work around them, but I think it's making sure that you never make somebody feel bad about something.
I mean, yeah, this is a very intimate, and I mean that in the most professional, clean way, very
It
intimate
is.
service. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You're handling somebody.
It's a very vulnerable service that you need to be able to trust.
Yeah.
Enough to relax, and but you do get. I don't know if this is going to be you. You do get your male clients sometimes that'll say, "I only want a woman to touch me."
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's
Sure.
your service that you're paying for. I don't know what you think is going to happen, but But
it's just things, people that get they wear. I'll be honest, with the times I've gone for massages, when I have serious knots, I ask for the men. Because I just feel like they can needle into it more. And then the lighter stuff, I can care less, myself personally. But I know, I specifically for men, when I know that I'm like, lower back is knotted out bad, just my experience, they just kind of...
Yeah. And it's funny because I have clients, both men and women, who will say I prefer sometimes a man because I feel that they can really get deep in there.
Correct.
However, T, who's here with me, is she is a bull shark in the massage room, and she could definitely having T, having Paul, as the therapist with me, it gives it that option to have a male female, option.
Sure.
But also, you need to also think about religious aspects. So we come from a very, Muslim populated area, and I want to be able to service those.
I never even thought of that. Like, and it's just like all different religions too. Who can touch who and where
Absolutely.
and how.
So now having, a female therapist like T, we can now open ourselves to a whole different population.
And it's amazing though that the aesthetics, and I've seen this. I mean, we're in a very Hispanic area, very big in the Hispanic community aesthetics.
Yeah.
But, I never thought the Muslims, too. Everybody, it really, truly is across the board. And a lot of the businesses I work with, a lot of Muslim owners, too. And it's just wild. It's just everybody wants to look pretty. I don't care what part of the world you're from. Well, you want to feel good.
You want to
pretty,
feel good. You want to feel good and look good.
Yeah. Doesn't matter where you're from, what you do, who you pray to. It's like, I want to look good tonight. I want to feel good tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, we all live in this, crazy world of ours right now. And, everybody's dealing with some kind of stress, no matter what it is and no matter what you're doing in life. And everybody deserves to have that little slice of solace, every now and then.
So what is it? So, when you guys walked in here, I spent months building this. I built it a certain way so when people walk in, they do what you did. Like, oh, wow, this is nice. In the massage world, what is that for you? What is that thing when somebody goes out and you're like, all right, that felt good? Like, what do they say?
I think as soon as so where we're located is we are inside of a medical office building.
Okay.
We are downstairs. So some people think, it is considered a basement, but it's not. So it's very open. It's very airy. It's, not that basement house feel, but we are downstairs. So when people come down and they say, oh my God, this looks great. Wow. This looks so refreshing. This looks so serene. I'm like, Yeah, exactly. It's just because we're downstairs. So I had a client who would not come to me for the first 6 months I was there because she heard how great we were from all the people in the community. And she said, well, where are they located? And they said, oh, they're in this building downstairs. And she's like, I'll never go in a basement for a massage.
Okay.
And then the more and more people kept referring us, and she kept hearing our names. She's like, okay, let me go there and find out what it's like. And she came. Now she comes every week.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, people what restrict people from coming to your business? You never think that, right? You're like,
never
wow.
think that.
But back to the design of the place, I think a lot of business owners, especially in 2025, really have to understand that plays I don't care what you're selling, massages, podcast, knickknacks.
Doesn't matter.
The days of just long, like cold stores with shelf, you've got to, what's the word? Experiential.
Yeah.
Right? And especially in the massage, you want people to relax, you want them to step in, feel real. But across the board for any business, it's a big deal right now, and it's a very important part because, you correct me if I'm wrong, that's the one thing, and I know you're a service-based and you can't really sell what you sell over Amazon, but that's the one thing you have over internet businesses is that experience, right? And you can't give that over an online purchase.
No, absolutely not. And what, like I said before, I really strongly feel about when everybody comes into our space, whether you're there for a service or to buy a gift card, you're going to feel like everything is getting addressed. Every question is getting, answered. And we make sure that, you really do feel like you're a part of us, and that's why, we're successful.
Have you gotten into the product game yet?
We have, and my husband's going to kill me. He told me to stop saying so much. So we have started selling our skincare line. We work with a company called Osha Glow. So we do sell that.
Okay.
Not so much online presence, but we have gone into, selling some skincare line and stuff because we want people to be able to take that slice of heaven home with them that we use in our facials.
I know it's a big part of merchandising has become a very big part of the small business community. It's another revenue stream, especially when the way things are and tight and so expensive. You've got to find creative ways to
absolutely.
Just the massages won't cut it anymore. You got to find another way to bring in more ancillary.
That's why we have everything under one roof.
To that point, do you guys do like remote work?
So in the beginning, I used to go to travel to all over clients' homes, and I built my success by doing a lot of house-to-house calls and visits. That has since stopped.
Okay.
However, I do realize that there are people who physically cannot leave their homes. Mm-hmm. And if we are recommended to help somebody, I know that T has said that she would go. Paul has said he would go. I would even still go. Is it something that we offer? No, but we will do what's right for our client.
Yeah. It's a crazy world, walking into people's houses, not knowing who they are and what's going on, and you're by yourself. I get that, but it's to the point of you said that some people physically can't get up. Why deprive them of that?
Can't. And like I said, in the massage world and the world that we are in, that we're working in, you do have these big corporations, these big franchises that you have to try to compete with. Mm. And for the first year that I was starting, I was driving all over New Jersey, as far as 2 hours from my home, just to get my name out there.
Yeah.
And in that first year, I built about 100 clients that have since followed me everywhere I have gone.
I love that story. I love small businesses. I love it. I love it more than anything else. I'm like you. I stopped working for the man 20 years ago, and that was the end of it. And I worked in television, which was kind of cool. It wasn't like typical, the corporate, but it's just something, and that drive and that ambition to go out, and I'll go 2 hours, I'll go 3 hours, I'll go 4 hours. It's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely feels good when I can look back on some of my clients and I say, you have really been with me since I was a student.
Yeah.
And you have followed me through all my locations that I have grown. And it's funny because I sit here and I look at, sometimes I'll be sitting in the office alone after I close and cleaning up and stuff. And I realize I'm like, yeah, I've created this.
Yeah.
And it's a shock to the system sometimes because sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit. But then it's like at the end of the day, it's like I wouldn't want anything else because I know that I'm making a difference.
Yeah, and that's to the point of also you've been with these. They've rode with you this whole time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I won't say the other big brand names that do what you do, but you think they know that when Mary just had a kid and Tony just did this, you know what I'm saying? They don't, and that's the difference. And I'll tell you another thing in this day and age, service is a big deal. It's very hard to find great service, right? So that sticks out, and I think, things being so expensive in the way they are right now, that's the next step down. Okay, I know it's expensive, but at least treat me nice.
Absolutely.
Treat me nice. If you give me that, I don't mind spending a little more. So do you see that with the people that you've been working with? They expect that at this point, right?
I mean, and that's, when you talk about Mary having this baby or, having kids and whatnot, I can picture 5 clients off the top of my head that I've actually seen them when they weren't pregnant. I've given them now prenatal massages. I've now given them postnatal massages, and now their kids are turning 1.
That's crazy.
So, and it's like, I feel like when you make that bond with people, those were the clients that have referred most back to me.
Of course.
And, when we talk about, different services and what's right for our clients, I'm a big believer in let me prove it to you before you give me money. Mm-hmm. We have something called red light therapy in our office, which is becoming the new craze. You still have people who don't necessarily believe in it, but I always say, on me, let's see if you like it. No skin in the game for you. You see if you like it. If you do, great. We book you next time for it. If not, at least you tried it, and we now know. And
it's amazing. I do the same thing on a podcast. I have my own. This is my own podcast, but I have this thing called the pitch series, where I let people come in, and for a half hour, it's free on me. Try it out. You have an idea for a podcast? Work it all out. They walk out with the clips and everything else, and they can figure it out. Again, something the bigger dogs can't do.
Absolutely.
Or you know what I'm saying? They're like, it costs $30,000 to run this every day. Yeah. Sorry, your problem. But it can't. So let's get off the business for a second.
Okay.
What does Billy do for fun?
What does Billy do for fun? Well, I have a husband. I have 2 kids, RJ and Gabby. My husband, Will. We like to spend time at home, honestly. I mean, we definitely like to, do our vacations. We just got back from a cruise. We definitely like to spend a lot of time outdoors, but family is the biggest thing for us. Whether it be just going to a simple Target shop or going to the movies or, something simple as that, having dinner with family. I'm a big host. I love hosting. Holidays and dinners and stuff like that. So we definitely have a lot of people that come over all the time, and it's been a great journey. They have been a huge support system for me. So it's I try to give back to them in ways that
So when you started the business, were you with your husband or were you single? Okay, so
absolutely.
he's rode with you the whole ride.
Rode with me the whole way.
I'm the same way. My wife's the same thing. She's been with me the whole time. It's amazing, right? They're with you from the beginning. They've seen the pain, the agony,
And it's a rough, because you're, before this, I was in education, special education, and, my beliefs on the educational system doesn't matter. But after COVID, I realized I needed a change. Yeah. And I did this, and, you're kind of taking away a salary from your family and, figuring things out because you have to go to school for so long to get licensed. You have to build this clientele up. And, I'm very thankful and very blessed to say that, I've only been doing this for 3 years. And in that 3-year time, I now own a whole company.
Amazing.
And, I can give back now, to the people that have supported me.
Yeah. I mean, that they say it's the 3-year mark. If you make it past there, you should be good. You should, unless,
I should be.
Unless you shut down the planet again. Please don't ever do that. But you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. And it's funny that you say after COVID you made a change. Yeah. There's something about traumatic experiences. I worked in television in 2001. I worked at the Oxygen Network, and I watched 9/11 happen in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
It was after that I decided to go into business for myself. Why do you think that is? Why do you think trauma triggers that? For me, I was like, well, I don't know how long I got to live. Let me do everything I want to do right now. That was my idea of it. Is that the same thing with you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I just, like I said, my beliefs in the education system and how broken it is neither here nor there. But after COVID, I had seen that we were allowing to do, not really hold these kids accountable. And like I said, I was in special education and, I was working with, unfortunately, kids who didn't come from great places. Mm-hmm. And I'll say that, and I tried to be there, but you can only do so much as one educator. And I had decided that seeing, which I'm sure is what you saw in 9/11, seeing that I could be doing a little bit more and being happier about it.
Yeah.
And not necessarily wasting my time, but wasting my time. I want to be happy. I want to be free to do what I want.
And it's still the same end effect in the same, right? You teach a kid, they, at the end of the day, oh, wow, look how much they learn. Somebody take care of somebody. So you have that same, it's funny, my wife's a teacher, and you say the word accountability. Last night we had like an hour-long conversation about a meeting they had in the school about accountability.
Yeah.
It's a rough rack at the teaching game. Let me tell you right now. God bless all of them.
Absolutely.
You know,
I give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, a lot of credit. But yeah, I feel you. You're like, I want to help people, but this is, like you said, it's overwhelming, right? It's like beyond you. You're like, I don't know if I can have that much of an effect, and that's the entrepreneurial spirit. Like
Absolutely.
I want to put my fingerprint on this somehow, some way.
I want the mark of Bossa Massages and Wellness, not even Bossa Massages and Wellness, Bossa in general, to be, leave a footprint, leave that, footprint on the massage wellness world to say, this is why I feel great because of Bossa.
What's the dream of Bossa? What's the, where do you see it?
People ask me, will I open up another location? Will I, expand? I mean, ultimately, I would like to have another location that, because I have, people coming over the Staten Island Bridge. Am I saying I'm going to go into Staten Island? Probably not. But I definitely would want to open up another location that's kind of in between where all my clients drive. I have clients that come to me. They drive up to an hour just to come to me.
Now, are they coming south, north, from every direction?
Every direction of New Jersey.
Wow.
Like I said, we have people coming over the bridge from Staten Island. So, we're doing something right if they're going to pay that toll on the bridge.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal is to really have another location. Like T was telling you earlier, I have now gone back into the game of teaching. So we are now expanding a little bit into teaching CEU courses for massage therapists. So every 2 years, us as massage therapists have to renew our licensing, and we have to take so many credits for continuing education. And so I've been thinking about innovative ways to create different CEU courses for massage therapists or anybody who wants to take the course. And we are the first ones to do any kind of cryo massage, continuing education course, and also the only ones that I'm aware of who offer cryo massage in New Jersey.
And you started these courses already?
I started this course, yep.
Isn't it amazing? You came back around to teaching again. So there's a warm spot in your heart for this.
There is a warm spot.
But here's the difference, right? And I've learned this with my social media agency. I would go out and shoot video with businesses that were like, I don't know, I know I need it, but whatever. Since opening this, a lot of people that are coming in here are creators, and they want this. It's a bit different when you're teaching someone that actually is engaged and really, like, I'm not saying kids are too young to know what they want, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
There's a different vibe in the room.
It's a different vibe. And, I guess when you're so, passionate about something and that you're really changing how people look at massage or different modalities and how people can really, truly help people feel good, makes it worth it, to have actually, there was one student in my class yesterday who was a rather new licensed massage therapist. And, this guy was like a shark with his classes. Like, I think he just got licensed and he's already taken 10 different courses throughout New Jersey. And for my first course yesterday, for him to say this has been the best course that he has taken so far meant the world to me.
Yeah.
Because, he has gone to some big schools out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you try to think, I always have that self-doubt. And I always think to myself, well, why? Why me?
Yeah.
Is he like just, blowing smoke?
Yeah.
But then it's like, I have to remember that, I'm here for a reason. And this is why.
Yeah. It comes, your love for something, and that
Oh, I love what I do.
Yeah, exactly, and that comes out like what I do here. Yeah, that's half of the selling point.
Absolutely.
They're like, oh, he believes in what he's doing. Right there, you got somebody, a good amount of people, because they don't want somebody that is like just doing it to make to get money. No, it's a beautiful thing.
People will always tell me that I have to slow down, and that I need to start being a business owner, and I can't do that. I can't slow down, because once I slow down, that means that we're at the top. We're at the peak.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near the peak.
No.
And I won't slow down. I will keep pushing. I will keep going until I feel it's ready. And I might be in my 90s and not feel ready.
It's okay. That's okay. Can I tell you, doing this is, this is my third business, and there is a an ebb and flow to this where you feel like you've hit it, and you do slow down sometimes. But then you realize, oh wait, I didn't get where I want to go yet. And you know, and I don't know if it's just my wife's like, you'll find something else, you'll build this up, and then you'll go do something else. And it's an amazing thing, that ride of am I there yet? Am I there yet? And sometimes you're so in the middle of it, you really can't. Like you said it before, you're like, sometimes somebody leaves and you step back, you're like, I did this. I built this. Look at this. That's it. And you don't got to tell anybody. It's for you, right? You don't got to show it off and brag about it. You just sit back and you're like,
people know that I'm a very humble person. And I always tell people that I'm very humble. I am very grateful. I'm very thankful. And sometimes when I do have those moments, I'm like, okay, Billy, check yourself, relax, be humble. And then when clients come in, they say, it's great what you're doing here. And I'll turn around and say, I'm a very humble person, but I know I'm pretty damn good at what I do.
Yeah, you have to, Like I said, you don't got to go around screaming and putting in people's faces.
Absolutely
But
not.
if you can't enjoy what you're doing, then what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you're doing this. You got to enjoy it sometimes.
And I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. My husband will laugh at me. Not laugh at me. He'll laugh with me. Sometimes I don't laugh, but it's fine.
I'm sure he's laughing at you sometimes.
I've always had that entrepreneurship. I've done small businesses, and they haven't lasted. And this was my last go-to, and I saw it through. And to say that seeing this today, I couldn't have imagined this 3 years ago.
That's interesting. So you've had other businesses, and that kind of fizzled out. What was it about this business, and did you know the point where you're like, oh, okay, this isn't a flash in a pan. This is gonna go. Do you remember that time, or kind of it's all?
It's funny because I feel like this was because I saw it through the correct way. I didn't just grasp at straws and say, let me do this because it was the newest, hottest thing.
Yeah.
Before this, I tried to run a t-shirt company, and I had great success with that. I had a lot of businesses that would come to me for 25, 50, 100 shirts for their company. And it didn't feel good, though.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I was still working for the man.
Yeah.
Or woman, whatever it is today. But I didn't believe in it as much as I believe in what I do today. And I think it's because I have found a passion, and it's still in that realm of helping people. And I did it the right way this time. I didn't just jump into it. I went to school. I started looking into different things that, would pique my interest, and I grew from that, and I've had my hand in a lot of different things when it came to, massage and wellness, and I knew what I wanted to do. I saw people who taught me what not to do, and I kind of just went from there.
It's funny, before you said you were a business owner. You're not acting like a business owner. I know exactly the type of people you're talking about. People that go like that, talk to you like that, never loved what they did.
No.
Which is okay. You can be a businessman and just see numbers and revenue, but exactly it. They've never loved, because when you love something, and that regardless of be a business, a person, or what have you, it's a whole other game. It's a whole other approach to what you're doing. You lay it out there. Hours in the day don't matter.
They know. I'm always there.
Yeah, always there. I'm always here. To the point like, hey, I got to see my wife a couple hours this week. Yay.
And I will. And it's funny because you have, there have been recently a couple of clients that will come in, and I'll be sitting at the desk with, with these amazing people that work with me, and they're like, oh, is the owner here? And I'm like, oh, I'm the owner. And they're like, you're just sitting there with your staff. And I'm like, and?
Yeah.
I'm like, where did you think I was going to be? Like in some white ivory tower up in the sky?
Like I'm with a cigar in your mouth, counting the money on the desk. Hey.
And when I had heard that, and it happened to be 2 weeks ago, or a little over 2 weeks ago, and I sat there and I thought to myself, I'm like, what did that even mean?
Yeah.
Is that the perception that small business owners or even big corporations give to people, that we aren't supposed to be in the forefront with our great teams that we bring on?
Yeah.
And I will always say that my team works with me, not for me.
Yeah.
Because we are one,
Yeah, I'm with you 1,000%. That's the way I look at people that work with me.
Yeah.
I say I don't even say for me. I say work with me.
With me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, you're the leader of the pack, right? This is your
Absolutely.
thing. But if you can't trust someone to do their job, then don't hire them.
They know.
Period. Like if you're in, you're in, and if you're not in, that's all right.
They know that when I left for this cruise, I was definitely feeling it, because I was gone for about 12 days. and it was my
So
first.
that your heart's like this the whole vacation. Like I love my kids, I love my family, but man, I gotta get back.
It was a lot. I mean, it was definitely, but I knew that I had the right team to, make sure that nothing burnt down. That when I got back, everything was going to be the way it was, as if I never even left, and it was even better than when I left. So
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So what's on deck for Bossa? Anything as far as events? Anything going on where they can see you out? Either they can visit your shop, but I know that, there's a lot of I don't know, people where they can pop-ups and stuff like that. You anything of that stuff?
yeah, so we actually, like I said earlier, we're in a medical building with other medical professionals, chiropractor, an actual doctor's office, and we are doing a wellness event on October 11th.
Okay.
In the parking lot. It's a huge parking lot, so we're bringing other vendors within the wellness community to kind of be there, give out information. We have a couple of gyms joining us. We actually just partnered with Retro Fitness of Sayreville. So all new members and existing members will get 20% off for being a member of Retro, and getting 20% off at Bossa Massages Wellness. And so we're doing that wellness event on October 11th. We're also doing the Bridal Expo in the Edison Convention Center. We got invited to do that.
Central Jersey.
Yep. So we got invited to go to that. So we also do, for the Bridal Expo, we're going to be showcasing that we do host parties at our location.
It's a great idea.
On Tuesdays and Sundays when we're closed, or even on Fridays and Saturdays after we close. We just had a group of 13 girls that were there. We have robes. They bring in their own champagne, their own drinks, their own food, and they have run of the place. We add on massage. We add on facials. We add on body sculpting that we do, which we do M Sculpt, which is the 30,000 crunches in a half hour.
But this is a private party.
This is a private party.
And people can book it out for this.
People can book, private parties. So they come in, they do all that, and they just have a good time for a couple hours.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about the same thing, doing bachelorette party podcasts. You come in, your girl sits down, you'll roast her for a little bit. You walk out with some clips, right?
You just came up with a great idea.
Isn't that
Who wouldn't
great?
love to be roasted?
Right? It's true, though. That's what bachelor and bachelorette parties are all about.
Absolutely.
Go and sit. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
This has been a great conversation, Bo.
This has been amazing.
I know.
I've had such a great time.
I know, it's great. And I want to thank Heather, Hotspots NJ, for connecting us.
Yes.
Wonderful,
Thank you, Heather.
wonderful. How can people find you?
So if they go to bossamassages.com, that's our website. We just had our website updated. We are Bossa Massages and Wellness on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, that's where they can find me. I'm Billy Bossa. They can follow me on Instagram.
Billy Bossa.
Billy Bossa.
Italian? There you
Yes.
go. And
It's either
a good Italian boy from New Jersey.
from New Jersey.
Yeah.
All my life I've heard Bossa. It's not Bossa. It's Bossa.
Bossa. There you go.
Like the Bossa Nova.
Get
That's
it
what
right.
I try to get people to see it that way, and they're like, "What?"
Awesome.
So, forget it.
Pleasure.
Absolutely pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
See you later. Cool.
That was fun.
You want to jump in? You want to talk? I don't know.
What it's like to
You're
work
here.
with me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
See?
Jump in.
Normal people would edit this out, but I'm going to keep this running. So everybody watching right now,
They're going to watch me get my selfie.
was a
Hold on.
switch
This is my
over.
moment.
There you go. I love it. Look at her.
Let me get you.
So this is tell everybody your name.
My name is Tiarra,
Tiarra. And what do you do, Tiarra?
a.k.a. T. I'm a licensed massage therapist working with the wonderful Billy Bossa.
The gentleman that just walked off
Absolutely.
the set. Yes.
Love him.
How did you guys hook up? How'd you just kind of came in for a
Linda
job?
found my resume on Indeed.com. He ended up giving me a call. And I believe it was like a Friday when he called me. I was doing my running around, but he was just like, "Oh, I adore you," over the phone. And, if you can come in on, I believe it was like a Monday or a Tuesday, he was like, "Come in." He's like, "I'm going to call you first to get the information." And then when I didn't get the call, I was like, "Oh my God, maybe they found someone else." But I called the office and Linda said, "No, he's not feeling well. I'm going to interview with you." She loved me. He called me the next day and he said, "I just want to offer you the position." And I said, "I happily accept." When I
great.
walked into that basement, there was so much more down there than I was expecting.
Good
Like,
energy.
you walk down, it smelled good, it looked good. You go into the body sculpting room, then you see the IV room, then you see the massage room, then you see the sauna, then you see red light therapy. And I'm like, are we sure we're in the basement? Like, it's another room popping out every time I turned around.
That's great. That's great. It's funny. Billy's sitting over there now. When you find someone that you know. Like you can, whatever. I see your resume, whatever. I could tell you're good, right? It's a good feeling, and it's a vibe thing, you know. And that's amazing. So, how long have you been doing it before you? Was it something that?
So I was massaging for a year.
A year.
Yes.
Okay. What is the process? If anybody watching this thing about massage, what kind of training do you have to go through?
So I randomly jumped into this massage world when corporate America let me go.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not staring at another computer for 8 hours a day.
Good
I'm
girl.
too talented. I have too much personality. Like, I need to be up on my feet doing something. So I Googled, it was a conversation between myself and my nail tech. And she's like, the massage world is great. And then another conversation with my cousin where he said, if you can add value to people's lives, you'll never go broke again. So the next thing I Googled was massage schools near me. I attended American Institute in Somerset, New Jersey for 9 months. I graduated, and then I took my state test, and I passed, and then I just threw my resume out there. And by the grace of God, Bossa hired me.
Beautiful. So let me ask you a question. Again, for anybody watching looking to do this, what was the biggest hurdle?
Oh, my God, that NBLEX.
What's
was the state test that we have to take. So I feel like school gives you the foundation, but it was really David Merlino's NBLEX prep test that got me through that exam. That is the hardest test I've ever taken in my life. And I'm also licensed to sell insurance. Nothing compared to that NBLEX.
Is it medical heavy? Like, is it very like you have to know the nervous system, that kind of thing, or is it just
every system of the body?
Yeah.
I feel like we're really doctors without the title.
Yeah.
We know every system of the body.
You know, like it's always that thing. Like if you you touch this part of the toe, you feel it here. Right, like that kind of stuff. You have to know all of that.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. Wow. And your first? Do you remember your first client?
At Bossa or just in general?
In general, the first person that you laid hands on after you were certified.
I did after my certification. Okay, I was about to say, because before my certification, I was like playing with dough. I didn't know what I was doing. And then, with school, you have to do 100 clinical hours. So it's just like, I just got better and better. So when I got back to that first person, I was like, okay, I got you now. Like, watch what my hands can do. So I can remember it very vividly. I can remember like other people working on me and me taking little things that I felt them doing and adding that into my, because it's like, it's not cookie cutter at all.
No.
You feel something, you work it out the way that you can.
So let me ask you a question. My wife always, did it for at the end of the night. She likes a nice little back massage. Am I crazy? But is there something when you're massaging someone, you hit certain points and there's like an energy? Mm-hmm. There is, right? Like,
absolutely.
And she's like, you have magical fingers. I'm like, no, it's just that like when I'm in this,
feel it.
you can feel it. Like when
Literally
you're
can
in this
feel it.
area, I don't know what it is. I don't, she's happy about it, so whatever. I keep doing it, but
Keep going. She'll love you.
I know.
Continue to love you.
I know, but there is something there, right? Like there's like a
Absolutely.
and not the whole thing. Like I'll be like working the lower back, and then I get up like around. It's always around the spine area too.
Even
What is that?
as a therapist, energy transfers, especially through touch. So those are like tension. It could be tension. It could be a knot. It could be anything. But when you feel it and you work it, you can feel that release. It's like a it just comes out.
I've had a lot, and it's funny in this game. I've had a lot of chiropractic clients in my social media agency business, and some of them poo-poo you guys. They do. They're like, oh, energy this and energy that, right? What's that? What are you saying?
He said, bring me back on. Got something to say about that.
Yeah. And I'm like, because they're like, we do medical massages. All right, relax, calm down. But then he's like, it's not energy, but I've experienced it, so I know there's something there. And I'm not one of these guys, lighting incense and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that, but I get it. But yeah, there is definitely right? Am I right or am I wrong?
There, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm saying like between the medical, some of the medicals and the massage therapists are, look down. I hate people like that. That's so annoying.
So corny.
It's so corny.
Right.
I like that. Bring back that word, corny. You got to bring that back. That
it
was
never
big.
left.
Yeah, I'm an 80s, 90s baby. That was big.
Me too.
Why not? All right, so you do this, and what do you do? Here's a good question. Who does your massages?
No one.
What? Why?
Because I'm so busy helping other people that I don't think about myself. But I'm okay. Like,
You don't get a massage?
No.
Oh, come on.
I'm working. I'm trying to help the world along with Billy. But we do have a massage chair in the office, and he'll be like, go get your butt in that chair. Sit there. I come out 15 minutes later. He's like, go back. He has an amazing chair. So, yeah, that chair, it definitely digs in the right spots. But I'm too busy working. I'm trying to take over the world with Billy.
There you go. Nice. You got a good one here, Bill. Okay. Do you have... How can people find you? Like, do you connect with people? Are you marketing yourself?
So I do market myself on my social media, but mostly after I do a massage, I direct them to the website, bossamassages.com. Please go on Google, leave me a review. So my name is up there on the website to build.
Because I know, like, at least, like I said, because I work with a lot of med spas, in the aesthetics game, a lot of these med spas are asking their injectors and so forth to market themselves outside of what they're marketing the team. But you guys kind of keep it as a team effort,
right?
Instead of going
so, like,
out.
I took a bunch of flyers. I live in an apartment building. I put some flyers out. You know, people get their mail. They can grab it, book if they want to. I have my own personal page. I post stuff on my story, and then I'll get a DM like, "Hey, how can I book?" I'll just tag the website up there.
Good for you. That's great. That's great. All right. Anything else? What do you do for fun? What's T doing when she's not massaging people and changing the world? What do you do?
Well, I'm a lover of music, so I love music. I love champagne. I love hookah. I love my son. I'm definitely big on family time.
Beautiful.
So yeah, like he said, anything small, like go to the movies, go out for dinner. Like, I'm easy to please. Even if I go to a friend's house and we just sip a little champagne, listen to some music, like, I'm happy.
How old is your son?
My son is 17, senior year of high school.
Oh, boy.
He's expensive. You want to help me?
He's expensive.
Oh, my God. I hate him and I love him at the same time.
It is what it is. Welcome
right,
to
but
parenthood.
he's mine. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, amen, amen. He's going to go into college or he's doing
He's going to do the trade school. He wants to go into welding. He's a hands-on guy.
Perfect. I always recommend it. I went to the Institute of Audio Research. Like, I left school
Yeah.
and found something in something I love. And
Listen, if I knew then what I know now, I would have done this years ago.
yeah. Amazing how
I
that
feel
works,
like
right?
corporate America definitely drained me, but I'm good now. I'm happy where I'm at.
Yeah. Everybody tells you to go one way. There's like
Yeah.
one official route.
Right.
And entrepreneurs find out there is another route, actually. There's a couple of other ones, and they're just as good. And that's good. And I'm glad your son figured it out early.
Absolutely.
He learned
He's
from his
watching
mom.
his mother,
He's like,
yes.
yeah, he learned from you. True. True. Not waste all that. I don't want to poo-poo college. It's okay. It's good for some people. But some people
It's not for everybody.
It's not
I'll
for
just say
everybody,
that.
especially someone like him that wants to work with his hands, knows kind of what he wants to do. Do we have to learn, about history again?
I mean, I'm telling him, like, all of this quantum physics and stuff. I said, I promise you're not going to use it.
Ever.
So just get through it for school.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get this diploma.
Yes.
And then we can move from there.
I'll bet you $1,000 you'll never say the word preposition again.
Never. Never. Can't split.
Well, T, this was awesome. I'm glad you jumped on.
Thank
and
you so much for
we had
having
like a
me.
double extended. That's the first here at Big Mouth Studio. I want to say we've had a band here that was like really big. And we had to let them in two at a time, but it was organized. But like this was kind of all right. Over, next one in. So
Right.
thanks for first.
Double Dutch. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having me. All right, now we're really going. Mr. Big Mouth is over.